All right, so it's been a minute since I've done a Cobra Kai video, so I decided to rank the fights. Now, I didn't make this list, so if it's some fights missing or fights that I don't bring up, blame whoever made this, because I didn't make it. But if there's a fight that I'm missing, let me know in the comments, and then I'll let y'all know where I'll put it. Now, this is just my personal opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. You can disagree with me all you want. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. But I'm not taking the disrespect. I know how that Cobra Kai fandom gets when you don't vote something that the majority likes, and I know it's gonna happen in this. If you disagree with me, just be respectful. That's all I ask. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. So first up, we got what's it, Johnny. This when he fought like Kyler and them in season one. This fight is the season one fights are kind of hard to put high because they're not that good, in my opinion. But this fight was fine. It's just that compared to everything else that came afterwards, it's hard to put this any higher. But it was nice seeing Kyler get beat up because he deserved it. Then we got Miguel. Miguel beating up Kyler. This was the cafeteria fight. This was like his first big moment. And I don't know. I'll put it in C. Like I thought it was a good moment for his character, but like it was nothing too crazy. And like I said about the Johnny one, these season one fights is hard to put high because everything that came after is so much better. So it's like, yeah. This wasn't even a fight. This was Robbie when he fought like his two friends or whatever. I'm gonna put that in F tier. It wasn't really a fight. Robbie just started learning karate, so it wasn't really, nothing too crazy. Didn't we get Miguel? I think this is when he fought the former champion in the first All Valley in season one. This fight was fine. Like I don't think it was nothing crazy. I think it's better than the cafeteria fight, but it was fine. Um, you know, I love how grounded and realistic the fights were back in season one. In season two to a certain degree. After that, we start getting the Mortal Kombat territory, and it's like, what the hell? Hawk versus Robbie. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna put that in C as well. The only thing is they nah, I couldn't. I don't know if I like it better than they pretty equal to me, but they never got a chance to finish this fight, and it was nothing truly special about it. And like I said, it's hard to put any of the season one fights higher than C because they just choreography wise they just weren't that great. But Robbie and Miguel's first fight, I will put it in S tier. It set the foundation. It set the foundation and the choreography in this fight was actually good. There was a lot of good moments and stuff. Like this was a really good fight, and like I said, it set the stage, especially for their rivalry going forward. Which, I actually think the rivalry went a little too long, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Priest and Johnny. This was the beginning of season two, right? It was fine. Like I'm gonna put this in C as well. I'm a very hard critic when it comes to fight scenes too, because I grew up watching a whole bunch of martial arts movies and stuff, and I'm mostly ranking them on the choreography. So just to let y'all know, this is when Daniel fought Robbie's former friends on the beach, and then someone recorded it. Um, Same thing. Like it's a C. It wasn't nothing too crazy. The mall fight is a B tier. Them learning the is it the wheel technique or the circle technique? I think it's the circle technique because he kept saying like circular motion. I haven't gone back and watched a lot of these fights. Um, I remember them, like I have good memory, but like I haven't gone back before I did this. Maybe I should have did that. Oh well, it's too late for that now. But anyway, yeah, I think it was the circle technique. But they did it against Hawk and the rest of the other Cobra Kai members, and yeah, it was really good. It felt like a episode of Power Rangers. Like, yeah, it was cool. They was doing the moves, and then it would cut in between when they were learning it. Like, I thought it was really good. This is Hawk and Miguel in the woods. This fight was actually really good. The choreography for it was really good. Like, it was just a really solid fight. Like, super, super, super good. I really liked it. I actually wish they would have fought more, but it is what it is. The school fight. S tier. That fight was so goddamn good. And the cliffhanger of being left off with Miguel like getting kicked over the railing and stuff and just laying there, like That weight, man, if you didn't watch in real time, you don't understand the weight between season 2 and 3, man. Like, I thought the show had got canceled, man. I was so worried. Johnny and Daniel versus, I forgot. It was like these mechanics or something. This fight was fun. Like, I'll put it in C. I'll put it like high C. Like, it was a fun fight. Same thing with this. This was like the school fight when they was like going at each other like Cobra Kai and Miyagi Do. So it wasn't like nothing too crazy. Like a lot of these fights just choreography wise just wasn't that good. I'll put the Daniel and Johnny fight with the mechanics up there because the choreography was actually really good in that fight. But yeah. Chosen versus Daniel. I'm gonna put that in B tier. Like it was so good to see Chosen fighting again, man. You know, and I'm still in the, I don't know if I'm in the minority of people that say that Daniel had no business beating Chosen and Karate Kid 2. That's just me, but you know, I'm gonna throw that out there. But yeah, it was a really good fight. He did the pressure point technique on him. Like that was really dope. I'm mad that they only did it like one time. Like Daniel did it against Kreese and then we never saw that technique again. Robbie's jail fight, A tier. For anyone who watched Arrow, like season, I believe it was season 7, when he was in like jail for like the first 7 episodes, that's what this reminded me of. Like, bro, this was so good, man. And did anybody else check on that guy that Robbie kicked and he like sweep kicked the guy and his back like hit the damn table? Did anyone check on him? Like after the fight, I didn't even think about it till just now. Like they just bodied him. Like he was just laying there the rest of the fight. I don't even think he got up. But yeah, this fight is A tier. I don't care what nobody say. This fight was so badass and Tanner did all of those stunts. Except maybe one when he got thrown into like the door, but all the rest of them was him. Then we had the arcade fight. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm not gonna lie. Sam was working Hawk in the rest of Cobra Kai. Hawk could not touch Sam. She was bodying him. Bodying him. And then Tori showed up and then yeah, it was GG's. Nothing you could do about that, man. Sam didn't want those issues. So it is what it is. Then we got Hawk beating up Brooks. Now it wasn't really a fight. It was a badass moment for Hawk, but it wasn't really a fight. Like there wasn't like crazy choreography. He just beat the hell out of him. And I can't put it high because it wasn't really a fight. It was a freaking, I don't even know what to call it, man. It was a shellacking, man. It was a blowout. Like he 21 owed him, bro. I don't even know what other references to say. He just bodied him. So yeah. Then we had the house fight. This was when Cobra Kai broke into, I believe it was Daniel's house. I don't think they were at Miyagi though. I think that yeah, they was at Daniel's house. This fight was actually good. Kyler suck. How you get beat by a fresh Miguel out of a fucking wheelchair? Like realistically, Miguel should have been fighting. I know people gonna say the show's not realistic, but I'm just saying, realistically, Kyler should have one shot him and the fight would have been over. Because yeah. Now we got this fight right here. This is the end of season 3. This the finale with, it was like 3 separate fights in this one fight. Cause you had Johnny and Kreese fighting, then Robbie and Johnny fighting, then Daniel and Kreese fighting. Like I have to put it in just from the choreography, the the tension between the characters and just the build up to it. I'm gonna put it in A. It's not S tier for me, but it's A. Um, oh my gosh, Robbie clearing Cobra Kai. A. He folded them. Folded. Season 4 was so peak, bro. Season 4 is my favorite season, by the way. Season 4 was so peak. So goddamn peak, man. I miss that. I miss that version of Robbie and Hawk. What we got in season 5 and 6, I don't know who they are. They did my favorite character dirty. I'm not gonna go into it, but y'all know how I feel. The hockey fight in season 4, it was fun. I put it in C. Daniel realistically had no business beating hockey players though, especially not with like, some of them still had like their pads and stuff on. I'm sorry, Daniel, no, not at that age. Like realistically, no, 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 no. This wasn't really a fight. This is when Hawk was getting a tattoo and then Cobra Kai walked up on him. Like it was a couple fight moves, but it wasn't like a full fight. So like I don't really, I'm not putting that any higher than that. It wasn't really a fight. Johnny and Daniel fighting. This fight was fun. Um, I don't know where to put this. I'll put it a B. Like I thought it was fun. Kenny pulling the Batman on what's his name? On Anthony and his friends. That was hilarious. But it wasn't really a fight. Like I'm gonna put it in D. Matter of fact, I put it in C. It was a fun fight. Like it was fun seeing Kenny do that. Um, Y'all need to cast him and make him Duke Thomas or something in the DCU because that was crazy. The prom fight wasn't really a fight to me. It was fun. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like C is like the fun tier. Like it's the fun fights tier, pretty much. Like it was a fun fight. Like I can't really put it too high or too low or whatever the case may be. Like it's the fun tier. Johnny versus Silver. This fight wasn't even too long. But the tension with this scene was crazy. I don't know where to rank this. I Cause it's not a fun fight. It's a very serious fight. And I like it better than all these fights. Like I think it's a better, but then the fight wasn't long though. So like pause. But like the fight wasn't ah I don't know where to put this fight at. I'll put it at like a high C. Robbie, this is Robbie versus Kenny, right? Jesus Christ. This is the top of B. It was really good, and it was nice seeing Dallas and Tanner both doing the choreography for the whole fight, and especially considering the fact that they just brought him in that season. I think he did amazing. Shouts out to Dallas. But yeah, Robbie was holding back, and once he tapped full Anakin in episode 3, it was over. Like it was like, yeah, bodied. Bodied. But the choreography was crazy. I like that Robbie, man. I think Tanner explained that he did a couple of like silver stances in the fight. I think like when he did like the thing like that and stuff like that. I don't know what it's called, but that stance where he did that to Kenny and then did the kick on him was crazy. Um, but yeah, that fight was really good. What's this? Hawk and this Kyler. Kyler sucked. Hawk fucked him up. Like I like it better than a lot of these other fights. Hold on, let me rearrange this a little bit. Um, put this fight. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, like Kyler got fucked up. He was talking all that smack and then got bodied. Kyler is the epitome of a shit talker, and he can't back it up. Who is this? It's so small on like my screen. I can't really like the pictures are small. That's Robbie versus Dimitri, I believe. It was a good fight. Dimitri actually like surprised me. He did his thing. I think this is probably peak Dimitri as a fighter. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything else good with him after this, and it sucks because I think he had potential as a fighter. But it is what it is. But yeah, I think it was a really good fight. Piper versus Sam. Dog. The actress that played Piper actually did that kick like at the beginning of the fight. So props out to her. I don't know her name, but that was pretty beast. But this fight was pretty. I think it was a good fight. I'll put it in B. Um, like it was really good. But yeah, she had no. Once Sam like started using Eagle Fang slash Cobra Kai, because that's kind of what Eagle Fang is. But once she started like leaning more into offense, Piper had no shot. It was over. There was nothing she could do. Man, this Miguel and Hawk fight, I'm putting it in A. This had the potential to be S if they actually got a chance to finish the fight. I hate it. Why? Like, if you wanted Hawk to win, just have him beat Miguel straight out. There's nothing wrong with Miguel losing the fight, man. It's okay if the main characters lose. I just don't like when it's too one-sided. Robbie versus Hawk. S tier plus. I wish I had another tier. This is the best fight in the show. There is not a fight better than this show. Better than this fight. I said better than this show. There is not a fight in this show better than this fight. It's just not. Sorry. Like, y'all can argue with the wall. The tension between the characters. This is the rematch from season 1. The music behind it, like the choreography, bro. Tanner and Jacob did their thing. Did their thing. The only thing I don't like about this fight is that Robbie should have won this fight. I had no issues with Hawk winning if that was gonna like push him into like another arc or whatever. But considering the fact that they kind of just did him dirty in season 5 and 6, it was just like, what was the point of him winning then? That's my only issue with this fight. But other than that, like I still think it's S tier. Like this was great. Sam and Tori, I'm gonna put in S tier. This was their best fight. It sucks that they didn't get a chance to finish their captain's fight, and I'll get to that soon. But oh man, this was really good. I do think that this was probably peak, like their peak at their like the rivalry. Yeah, like this was peak rivalry for them. Like after this, it was unnecessary. After this, I feel the same way about Robbie and Miguel. Like I do think after a certain point, it was like, all right, can we not do this anymore? And I got a hot take that's getting ready to come up soon, so y'all gonna see in a minute. But yeah, the beach fight when Robbie and Johnny was trying to find Miguel. It's a fun fight. I mean, it's a fun fight. It was fun to see them fight together. That's kind of it. So this is when Chosen went into Cobra Kai and beat all of those senseis. Bro, we gotta put respect on Chosen's name, bro. Like this was S tier for me. Like he went in there and bodied them. This wasn't really a fight. This was Chosen and Mike Barnes. This is when they was about to fight in like the department store. They didn't actually fight. At least not that I. Is he in the suit? Yeah, they're in the furniture store. So yeah, that wasn't even really a fight. I don't know who made this list, but some of these fights don't need to be on here because they weren't actual fights. Now here comes the controversial one. Miguel and Robbie, season 5. I'm not the biggest fan of this fight. I think it's a good fight, but I think this fight is so overrated. Like people say that this is the best fight in the show. I don't think it's better than Hawk and Robbie. I don't think honestly, I don't think it's better than the Miguel and Hawk fight. Like, I just don't think it's that. I think it's B tier for me, but that's pretty much it. Like, I know some people probably gonna disagree. If it's the best fight for you, cool. But for me, no. The choreography was nothing special in this fight. They was doing punches and blocks and then kicks and blocks. Like there was only a couple moments where like Robbie did something cool or Miguel did something cool. But like the tension between the characters and the music carried this scene more than the choreography itself. Like, but yeah, like I think this fight is overrated as hell. That's just me. Silver and Daniel, this was the first fight, right? When he went to like apologize to him and brought him like a PS4 or something like that. I mean, didn't Silver beat him in like 3 moves or something like that? It was something crazy. Like, I don't know where to put this fight. Because it wasn't really a fight. Like, he kind of just bodied Daniel. I'll put it in D. Like, it's, yeah. F. F. Kreese versus the inmates. He had no business beating inmates. I'm sorry. Kreese is like 85. I know that he's good at karate, but at some point in time, your body as an athlete, you cannot do the things that you used to do when you were younger. Kreese had no business beating inmates. Sorry. Sorry. Chosen and Johnny fighting the senseis. I thought this was actually a really good fight. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I thought it was really good. It's fun too, but I thought it was really good. Um, who's this? Sam and Devin. I'm gonna put that in D. We knew Sam was gonna win this fight. Like there was no stakes with this fight. F for the Kenny and Hawk one. Kenny had no business beating Hawk, and I know he hit him with the silver bullet. Um, and Hawk probably didn't know what the hell he was doing because they didn't learn under Silver, so he didn't know what Silver can do or what he taught them. But still, like, no, this fight should have been over very quick. Like, yeah, like they did Hawk so dirty the last 2 seasons of the show, man. Then we had the season 5 brawl. I like it. I'm gonna put it in B. It could have. I don't know. I might put it in C. It might be like a high C because I don't think it's as good as any of those other fights at the top. But it was nice to see all of our characters fighting together. But they did it better in season 6. So, I don't know where to put this one because Kenny kept sneaking people with the silver bullet. Yeah, like I don't know. I'll put it in B. It was, yeah. Chosen versus Silver. I do not like this fight. I'm sorry. I know some people might like this fight. This is when the show got too cartoony for me and it started feeling like Mortal Kombat. And I was like, no. Before they started fighting with the weapons, I was on board. I was like, okay, this is going to be an interesting fight because I don't think Terry Silver can beat Chosen. And then they started fighting with weapons, and I was like, you lost me. This wasn't cool for me. I thought it was ridiculous, and I don't like this fight at all. Now, this fight is when Johnny, Mike Barnes, Chosen all broke into Silver's house and was fighting. This fight scene was tense as hell. Like, I'm putting B. Daniel versus Silver, I'm gonna put in A. Well deserved. Silver had that coming for like 30 years. Like he deserved that. He deserved it. After what happened in Karate Kid 3, he deserved it. And it was nice to see him use the crane kick on him. Like that was the dope callback to the first movie and stuff. Like that was really good. Miguel and Robbie versus Kenny and Sean. I mean, they didn't really fight. Sean, I mean not Sean. Miguel and Robbie weren't really fighting them. They was just on defense kind of the whole time. So it's just like it wasn't really a fight. It was just to me. The college dorm fight. This fight, matter of fact, I think this is A tier for me. It was so fun. It was probably my favorite fun fight. Like not a serious fight that was going on. Just like a goofy fight. Like I'm not gonna lie, Miguel and them should have got locked up though. They was at this school that they weren't students at, and then they just beat people up even if those people deserved it. And like, yeah, they should, they realistically they should have been arrested. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Now this is Quan beating up the other Korean Cobra Kai students. I'm gonna put it in B because it was a lot of weird cuts during the fight, and I was like, all right, you actually hired actual martial artists. Let them do the fights. Like, stop doing all these weird cuts. It was a bunch of weird cuts with this fight. I was just like, what the hell are we doing? But yeah, still badass. Like Quan's introduction was so dope. Then we had Mike Barnes versus Johnny. In my opinion, Johnny had no business beating Mike Barnes. That's just me personally. But this fight, I couldn't take seriously. Like, it was an ego trip. It was a fun fight. I'll put it in C because it was a fun fight, but that's about it. Robbie and Miguel, captain's fight. To me, this is their best fight. Easily. Easily. From the choreography, the score was the composer for that episode was going crazy with that music. Like they knew what they were doing. Just Robbie and Miguel in their primes fighting. No physical or mental nerfing going on. Now, of course, Robbie was right about Tori, which honestly, him being distracted and worried about Tori makes sense in this context because she wasn't answering her phone. Like no one has seen her, so him being worried, like, is she okay? And we didn't see in show, but they probably had him like go past her house or something, and she wasn't like answering, maybe, like, so yeah. But like once she came in and he was like, all right, whoo, she's here, I don't have to worry about her, all right, let me lock in and fight. This fight was amazing, like S tier. This is their best fight. Sam versus Tori, the captain's fight. um this would have been S tier if they got a chance to finish the fight. That's just pretty much how it goes. It was on pace to be their best fight. I'm not gonna lie. Like they was going at it, but Tori definitely was like bloodlust though. Like her mom just passed away, and I was just like, yeah, they needed to stop that fight. But if they had finished it, I think it would have been S tier for me. Now this is a combination of fights because this is the captains fight where they had to protect the captains, and it was Cobra Kai versus Miyagi Do in the first like match, and then Cobra Kai had to go up against the Iron Dragons. So I'm gonna put it in B because I actually think it was. Oh man, I don't know now. Hold on. Oh no, I'm gonna put it in B because the Miyagi Do students outside of Sam, Miguel, and Robbie, like Hawk got one shot, uh Devin got one shot, and Dimitri got one shot. It was just like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Hawk should have lasted a lot longer. Dimitri and Devin I get, but it was just like, all right, like what are we doing? Then this was the start of the whole them doing the whole Robbie looking at Tori distraction thing, and he could have beat Quan because he had Quan in the headlock, and then they lost. And then the Iron Dragons just bodied Cobra Kai. Like Axel beat Yoon and Quan by himself, and then Zara took out Tori easily. So yeah. Then we got the, I forgot what it was called, but it was like the platform fight. Now, this fight to me is a C. Now, Miguel is the only reason why this fight is at a C. Like they had Dimitri and Hawk beefing, so it was they still had that stuff going on. Devin wasn't good, so she lost and sucked. They still had Robbie doing this whole distraction thing. Sam was okay, but then she lost focus because I think her dad was gone at this point, so she wasn't fully focused. Miguel was the only one focused, so that's the only reason why it's not lower because he carried that. So yeah, Daniel versus the one of the villains from Karate Kid 3. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. Like I'll put it in C. Like it wasn't a terrible fight, but I was just like, why is this dude back? I ain't even recognize him until the end of episode 8, or was it the beginning of episode 9? Yeah, I think it was the beginning of episode 9 when Silva was like he was like, Mr. LaRusso, you remember such and such, and then it flashed back to the movie, and I was like, oh okay, that's who that is, because I didn't know who he was. I was like, who the fuck? But yeah, this is the alley fight when Axel and Sam was walking and then Cobra Kai walked up on him drunk. It wasn't really a fight. Like I'm gonna put in F because Yoon had no chance. He kicked Axel and he did like a jump kick too. And Axel just stood there like the tank that he is. And yeah, goodbye. Like like it wasn't really a fight. It was quick and yeah. The tag team fight. Probably the most creative fight they ever did on Cobra Kai. This is an A for me. Like everybody was over their nonsense. They finally all fought as a unit and it worked. Kenny being in there instead of Devin was the better fit. He was doing his thing. The whole back and forth between like Hawk, Dimitri, and then tapping in Kenny, that whole thing was cool. Like it was really badass. Now we get to my favorite fight of season 6. Quan versus Robbie. This is S tier for me. They finally gave my man a big tournament win. Too bad it didn't mean anything because Cobra Kai got right back into the tournament and it just makes me mad. But just isolating it as a fight by itself, like it's S tier. Like in my opinion, this was probably Robbie at its best. Like the captain's fight and then the fight with Quan. So yeah, that's me. I know some people might disagree, but for me, it's S tier easily. Now this is Diego versus Quan. Quan embarrassed him. It wasn't even a fight. Like I have to put it in C because Quan embarrassed him. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna put it in B for that freaking triple kick thing that he did on him. Like that was ridiculous. Same thing with this fight. Like with Zara and what was her name? Marie? Was it Maria or Marie? It was something like that. I can't remember her name, but she bodied her. Like that fight was ridiculous. Like they had no business fighting. Like then we got Robbie versus Axel the first time. Yeah, he was a tank. It was nothing they could do. I don't know where to rank this, cause yeah, I don't know where to rank this. Um, I put it in C. Like I don't think it was terrible, but yeah, Robbie was getting bodied in this fight, man. Yeah, it was kind of one sided. Um, yeah, Robbie couldn't do nothing with him at that point. The season 6 brawl, Jesus Christ, bro, like this brawl, dog. I actually like it better than the season 2 brawl. I'm gonna put it above it, bro. This fight was ridiculous. Like everybody was outnumbered at some point. Like Tori was getting like double and triple teamed by the Iron Dragons. Then all of Cobra Kai minus Tori was fighting Robbie. Then Dublin Thunder or whatever their names is, they was going at Sam. And then Miguel was fighting Axel. But then again, like Axel, like Miguel wasn't the only person fighting Axel. Like there was a lot of people going at Axel and he was folding everybody. Like it was ridiculous. Like Quan went after Axel, got folded. The Terry and Kreese fight was really good. Um I don't like Johnny beating Silver. I just don't. Like Johnny's not better than Silver. He's just not. I get it. It had to happen for story purpose, But no, he had no business beating Silver. I don't know if people will disagree with me or not, but it is what it is. Robbie versus Axel. To me, in terms of the teens, this was the best fight of part three. And let me tell you why. It's not because I'm a Robbie fan. The one thing that this fight did right was it actually felt like a fight. It wasn't one-sided. You actually saw them trading blows. It was like these are the two of the best fighters in the world, and they're proving it on the mat right now, going blow for blow. And I think they did a really good job with this fight, man. Like, it was so good. And the fact that Tanner couldn't do all of it because he was sick, I think he said he had like bronchitis or something, and he was only able to do some of it. I only imagine how it would have been if he would have been able to do this whole fight, like, because it was already good. But this one, they was going blow for blow, and then Axel had to cheat because Robbie was coming back. Like, it got to a point where he couldn't do nothing with Robbie. Robbie was going to come back, and I honestly believe Robbie was going to win this fight. Some people might disagree, but I fully think that Robbie, matter of fact, I know Robbie was going to come back and win this fight because Axel couldn't stop him at a certain point. Like, Axel was still getting his hits in, but it got to a point where Robbie was dodging and blocking everything. So, yeah, I think this was the best fight in terms of the teams in part three. Now, I'm going to do these two fights together, the Zara and Tori fight and the Miguel and Axel fight. The reason why I'm doing them together is because I have the same issue with both of these fights. I do not like how one-sided both of these fights were. You cannot portray Axel and Zara as these like menaces on the mat, and then with Axel him being this tank and not getting a hit on him during the tournament and stuff, like up until the Robbie fight. But like for them to be one-siding them like that, I was like, no, 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 no. These fights were boring because they were too one-sided. I don't like fights like that. I just don't. Like, a lot of my favorite fights in Cobra Kai is when the fighters are both going at it. Like, yeah, this was a no-go for me. I don't think they're bad fights, by the way. I just, oh my gosh. Like, I just don't think, because I've seen people say that this Miguel fight is the best fight in the show. No, it's not. Sorry. Disagree. 100%. Both these fights I think are good. I'll put them in B tier, but it was getting to the point where I was like, all right, y'all, like Cobra Kai writers, what are we doing? Like, why are these fights so one-sided? Kreese versus Silver on the boat. This fight was so goddamn goofy. The only issue I had with it was the blowing up part because that part was silly, but the rest of it was fine. And then we had Johnny versus Wolf. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Yeah, this fight was probably the matter of fact. This was the best fight of part three. I think it felt really grounded. It felt very like season one, season two ish, and yeah, it felt believable. Like it wasn't like a one sided fight. Like yeah, Wolf got the edge, and but Johnny locked in and got himself together, and they were going at it, and they didn't make it so that Wolf was just getting bodied. Realistically, let's be honest, we have to be honest here. Realistically, Wolf would have flatlined Johnny in like 3 seconds. Johnny's a 50-year-old dude that drink beer all day, doesn't eat healthy, doesn't work out, no nothing. Realistically, Wolf should have it should have been an execution. He should have bodied him. But yeah, this is my list. This is my list. I know some people might disagree. Some people might be mad that I didn't put certain fights higher. If you do, that's fine. But this is just my personal opinion. This is how I feel about the fights. If you don't like it, let me know in the comments. Just be respectful. Let me know where you would put certain fights. If you think, I don't know, if you think the Silver and Daniel first fight deserved to be S tier, all power to you. If you think it deserved to be F tier, all power to you. I'm not fighting against it. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thanks for watching. Let me know if y'all want me to do other Cobra Kai videos because it's been a little bit now, and the more I think about season 6, the more I feel like there was a lot of opportunities, especially the Saikai Taikai that was missed, in my opinion. Yeah, so I might do like a missed opportunities video in terms of the Saikai Taikai, but yeah, let me know in the comments though. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe if you're new, share with your friends, follow me on Instagram at Tosh Reacts. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.